So now we're going to move on to the cycle of abuse. So the different stages of abuse happens over and over and over again. The tension building stage. In violent and unhealthy relationships, this is recurring patterns or phases of abuse. So it starts with the tension building stage, explosion stage, followed by the remorse or honeymoon stage. And it varies in length between couples. And not all abusive relationships fall under these very specific categories. So with the tension building stage, the abuser gets really angry for whatever reason. It doesn't have to be something that the victim has done. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Their anger grows. There's usually a really big breakdown in communication. They can't seem to have a healthy conversation. The victim starts to feel the need to concede and back down because they can sense something's not quite right. So let me back off a second before this turns ugly. Then the tension becomes just too heavy to bear. And then the victim starts to feel extremely uncomfortable and they have to watch their every move. They know it's coming. Imagine trying to sleep at night, knowing, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. That's the tension building stage. And then the explosion stage. This is a major verbally, emotionally, and or physically abusive incident that is instigated by the abuser. The explosive stage is usually the shortest stage. Usually. But it's probably the most severe in the cycle. It's the shortest, most severe point of the cycle. And when that happens, sometimes the victim feels the need in the midst of it to try and reason with the abuser, to make the explosion thing stop, kind of talk them off the ledge. The explosion stage, one particular explosion stage that I went through, he grabbed my hair and it just felt like he was pulling it from the root. And the only thing I wanted was for it to stop. And I didn't care what I had to do or say. Physically, he was way stronger than I was. And I needed to figure out how to get this man's hand out of my head. So I just started talking in a low and calm voice, told him he was right. I didn't even remember what the argument was about. I said, yeah, you know what? You're right. I did. It won't happen again. I'm really sorry. He loosened the grip just a little bit. I said, oh, okay, Erica, that's working. And then I asked him, I said, so by doing this, what are you looking to accomplish? What ripping my hair out is going to do what? He said, I don't want to do this. You know I don't want to do this, but you make me do this. I said, okay. Whatever I did, I will not do that again because this does not feel good. I conceded. He let go of my hair. I don't know if you've ever had a really severe headache and the moment the medicine kicks in, it just kind of goes, oh. I cannot describe that pain. So during the explosive stage, the victim will likely do whatever it is that they can to make it just stop, to make it go away. And then the remorse or honeymoon stage. Honey, I'm sorry. You know I didn't mean it. You know that I love you. I'll never do it again. I promise. The remorse and honeymoon phase is the dust settles and things calm down for the abuser. For the victim, however, even though the situation has calmed The relationship is now placed upon a backdrop of abuse. And in the back of their mind, they're still thinking, I hope they don't do this again, but there's still a possibility. So the thing with victims, they don't want the relationship to stop because there's something that they care about for this person. They want the abuse to stop. So during the honeymoon phase, the first time the honeymoon phase comes around, the victim is usually more forgiving. And depending on your family's culture, the value systems that you grew up with, forgiveness is huge. We're all people. We all make mistakes. And I need to forgive this person. That's what my faith teaches me. When we're going through the different communities and we're going to talk about what drives people to make decisions, that's a really big part of it. So the honeymoon phase still happens on that backdrop of abuse. Yes, tell me your name. Angel. Okay, let me repeat the question for those who didn't hear it. She's asking me if I agree that during the tension stage, do I agree that sometimes people will purposefully escalate it just to get to the explosive stage, just to get it over with? Yes, I agree with that. Especially if it's a cycle, because they know it's coming. And that tension, that's the part that becomes too much to bear. And it's like, you know what? Just get it over with. Just do it already so that I can close my eyes and go to sleep. Whatever it is you plan to do to me, just do it and get it done. So yes, to answer your question directly, I do believe some people do that.